Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video I'm going to be teaching you how I trade the New York breakout session. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel and also like my videos. I'll be right back. Welcome back. In forex trading there are three main sessions. There are three main sessions that we trading. There are three main time zones that we trading. We have the London session, we have the New York session, we have the Asian session. The Asian session has Sydney session and Tokyo session in it. So the London session represents the United Kingdom time zone. The New York session represents the United States time zone. While the London session is from 9 a.m. take note to 4 p.m. Nigerian time. While the New York session is 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. also Nigerian time. This forex system determines how effective a currency pair moves. These sessions of the system determine how effective a forex pair moves. And as a forex trader, you should be able to identify these different time zones and how to trade them and how to use them on your chart. As you can see on my chart already, there's a very big move here. I'm going to explain it. I'm going to explain why this move happened. So let's just dive in. Currently, this is a chart of USOIL, and you know that USOIL have to do with New York session because it's associated with the United States. It's a future pair. It's not a forex pair. It's a future. It's what we call, there's future, there's forex, there's crypto, there's commodity, there's bonds, there's there are metals. US oil is a future, just like a stock exchange market, according to how somehow people call it. So on my screen there are five rules that are going to be associated with this New York session breakout. The first one is for you to identify your zones, in bracket area of interest. Then you wait for New York session. The third one is wait for a clear breakout. Then check for confirmations. The confirmation, like I say, can be momentum candle, can be a retest, can be a break of exponential moving average according to what I use, my own price action. It can be a bounce of a zone, it can be a chart pattern, it can be a candlestick pattern. Then in this New York session strategy, I usually target 1 to 3 weeks reward. What I mean by 1 to 3 weeks reward is that I'm risking a particular percentage to get 3 times of it. Let me say if I'm risking 1%, I'm expecting to get 3 times of it. If I'm risking $20, I'm expecting to get $60. That's 1 to 3 weeks reward. Or if you're talking about 1 to 2 weeks reward, you're talking about maybe if I risk 20% or $20, I'm expecting to get $40. That's just as the expansion of the risk to reward, if you don't understand it. So according to the rule, the first thing you should do is to identify the zone. I've already identified my own zones here. This is the 1 hour time frame. I've already identified my own zones here. Like this is a resistance zone, this is support zone that turned into resistance, and this is the main line of support here. That one is the main line of support. So the next thing is to wait for New York session. So New York session starts 1 p.m. Nigerian time. That's why I've put this red line here. That's the New York session of that particular day. Let me mark another New York session. I'm going to give you like 2 examples on how I trade the New York session breakout. US oil, I don't bother trading it in other sessions. I only trade them in New York session because that's when market is going to break out from a particular zone, mostly in New York session, because it's related to the United States economy. New York session represents the United States. So this London session starts 9 a.m. Start 9 a.m. So you're supposed to be right here, I guess. Let me check. 9 a.m. Okay. This one's supposed to be here. 9 a.m. Yeah, 9 a.m. And if you notice, there's a place that the New York session and the London session meet together. What we call that is overlap. If you notice, as I said, the New York session starts from 1 p.m. and the London session ends at 4 p.m. So from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. is an overlap of the New York session. That's where the New York session and the London session meets together, and that is the best time to take a trade on any pair at all. That's the very best time to take a trade. So let me show you how this works now. Let's say this red line is the New York session, while the green line is the London session. So look at this now. Let's say the next one was wait for a clear breakout. Okay, looking at this now, looking at this from here. Look at this from here. This is a clear breakout. That's a very clear breakout because there was a momentum candle right there. There was a momentum candle from here to here. There was a momentum candle 2 safe that made a breakout, and after that breakout, what did you see? There was a retest of the zone. So that's 2 confirmation. There was a breakout. There was now a retest. Even apart from that, there's still another confluence there, another confirmation I'm seeing there. There was a breakout of the exponential moving average. There was a breakout of the exponential moving average. This line you see now is an indicator. It's called the moving average. I use the 50 exponential moving average. That's what works for me, so that's why I use it. So you can also apply it on your own chart. So now there is a candlestick breakout. That's the first confluence. The third confluence is the retest of the zone. The second confluence is the retest of the zone. The third confluence is the break of the exponential moving average. There's also a break of the zone. So like 4 confluence in it. And if you notice, it happened in the New York session. That first break happened in the New York session, around the New York session. So again, let me just delete this one. Explain that one. And after that, what did I do? I target my 1 to 3 risk to reward. Let's say I entered from here. Target 1 to 3. That's a very clear example of a 1 to 3 risk to reward. This one can even, it's even like up to 1 to 4 risk to reward. And see, the trade extended to the next day, but it broke out. It retested on the New York session and extended to the next day, depending on your type of trader you are. So if you're a swing trader, swing traders usually hold their trades for more than 1 day. But if you're a day trader, you close your trade within 24 hours. Close your day, most of you close your trade within a particular day. So that's the first example. So even okay, look at the one that happened today. Let's move this to, let me look for New York session. There was also a breakout too. New York session 1. Which London session is by 9. Okay. Exchange by 1. Okay, look at this now. This was still the continuation of the previous breakout to show you how long that breakout was. It also extended to the next day, and it's trying to make a very big pullback. It's still trying to retest this particular zone now. But what I'm thinking is going to happen is that this exponential average is going to come out here and it's going to break it to the upside. So just look how big that move is. Let's see how big that move is. Let's calculate the pips. So if you want to calculate your pips, you go to this ruler sign here, the particular one. You count on it, you click on it, then you measure it. It's about that's about 10,000 pips. Very, very good. If you're assuming that this is a lot of profit, that's 10,000 pips in just 2 days. That's a very, very big move in the forex market. So remember, the first step is to identify your zones. I've already done that. Then you wait for New York session. I've explained to you the time the New York session starts. Then you wait for a clear breakout. Just screenshot this now. Screenshot it if you have not done it. Use it on your own chart and apply it on yourself. Use it on your chart to know how it works for you. Then there's a wait for a clear breakout. A clear breakout is a breakout of all these zones. This line I've drawn on my chart, that's a clear breakout. There was a breakout here. There was a breakout there. There was a breakout here. All these are breakout. There was a breakout there. If you don't know how to draw zones, just go and watch my previous video. That's why I explained how to draw different zones. Zones like area of interest, support, and resistance zone. If you don't know how to draw it, just go and watch my previous video, the last video I dropped. That's why I explained it. There was also a breakout here, and this one was also in New York session. This breakout also happened in the New York session. Check it out. Let me mark it out. It also happened in the New York session to show you how effective. That's that line, okay, this by 1, the union session start from 1. So if you look at that trade very well, what happened in that trade, you see that the engulfing candle, this bullish engulfing candle, okay, sorry, this momentum candle broke out this zone on New York session. That's the power of New York session. If you understand how the session works, you will be able to trade it. Remember, New York session, you use New York session breakout on USD pairs like USD CHF, USD JPY, but there's also London session breakout, but use them on GBP pairs, Great Britain pound. That's where you use the London breakout, but on the New York breakout, use on the United States pairs, USD. So this one too is also currently USD CHF, to show you what happened, how effective this is. Already this is retesting, it's going back to retest. You can also see this massive drop. It started dropping from a New York session. It broke this particular trend line. It broke this particular trend line in the New York session. Let me mark out the time. Remember, New York session start from 1 p.m. Nigerian time. 1 p.m. It's very good for you to understand it. Okay, this is 1. Look at that. Remember, see where the breakout happened there, right here, and see it just broke out by how exactly 1. It just broke out, and you know we're targeting 1 to 3. This one gave more than 1 to 1. Like see move now, it gave more than 1 to 3 risk reward. So if you understand when to trade, see now this consolidation was going on a London session, so it now broke out from the trend line on a New York session. So this will give like more than a 1 to 3 risk reward if you're a swing trader holding the trade for a very long time. Even if you're a day trader, you have made a lot of profit from this. This gave a lot of profits. Imagine you traded this like this. In this particular one, this one is 352 pips. Why US oil own is bigger than this? Because US oil is more volatile. If you understand volatility, liquidity, and also how to trade this price action, you also have to learn how to use the sessions correctly. Know when it's time for you to place a trade. Don't just place trade in any session. So now we're approaching Asian session. If you are not in Asian session, for my time here, okay, this is still 8 for my time. It is still 8. So around that kind 9, after next session have closed, then senior session will start. Senior session will commence. Then you will start seeing some kind of slow movement. As you can see now, this has become a zone. Let me delete this. Right, this has become a zone. As you can see, it's now a resistance zone. Resistance at the top, support is at the bottom. Resistance zone. So what will price do? There are 2 things that is involved. Price will either come and break this exponential moving average, retest on it and go to the upside, or it's going to bounce on this, then break this resistance, retest on the resistance and move to the downside. Those to move. So you have to predict the market. But not like you should place a trade right now. It's not advisable. When the market acts, then you react on what is acting on. Understand? So I've predicted 2 moves now. So when it moves, I'm not going to be surprised. I'm going to know, yes, this is what happened. You should also be looking for news events. Some news might push it up, some news might push it down. So you have to be looking out for news. Where you check your news on Forex Factory. Go to www.forexfactory.com. You see your news there. So this is a very big drop from the New York session breakout strategy. You see also this line of support. You also broke this support. It's very good for you to understand time. Very good for you to understand time, when to trade. It's not every time you just open your phone and place a trade because it's a small move. No, you should know the particular time to trade. Okay, let me check if okay for other breakouts. This was the consolidation breakout. So why do you think it broke out? Like why do you think this move happened? Why do you think this move is like very big like this? Because just listen now. This is a very important part. The more touches there is on the zone, the bigger the breakout. The more touches there is on the zone, if it's like 3, 4, 5, 6 touches, the bigger the breakout. Is on like 1, 2, 3 touches. The breakout will not be much. But the more touches, the more the breakout. Look at this now. This was the first touch on this zone. Had like 4 touches before the breakout, or even more than that, just as some candle just did not come to that area. But this is also a touch. Okay, this is the first touch, this is the second touch, this is the third touch, this is the fourth touch, this is the fifth touch. This one made a fake out, but it did not break. It made a fake out. That's what we call fake out. That's what we call breakout. So then what happened? Price now bounced on this area. I was looking out for a bounce. A bounce there. Created a trend line. This is a trend line, making a line of support. This also is zone. Created a trend line. Then it broke the trend line and is at exactly the open of New York session. It broke the trend line exactly when the New York session opened, exactly 1 p.m. Nigerian time. So because of all these touches, that's why you see this big breakout. Because of all these touches, that's why I saw that very big breakout. If you even look at yourself, why this thing break out? Because there was a little trend line here. There was a little trend line. So if you're a forex trader, you will know, you will observe it. Let me remove this particular zone first. That's why I seen this movement. There was a little trend line there. First touch, second touch, third touch, then the breakout. There was only a candle that we tested. If you go to the lower time frame, you'll see it. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to like this video, share it to your friends that need it. Your friends are trying to learn forex, invite them to my page. I teach both beginners and pros. So look at this now. There was a retest here now. There was a retest. So this first touch, this is the first touch, second touch, this is now the third touch. So that's just very simple strategy. This is the breakout of the resistance zone. If you want to see more videos about my breakout strategy, watch my last video I posted. Just watch it.